YouTube! ¿Qué pasa? Welcome back to another Bleach Souls video on my channel. Right, so we did get news now, further news regarding the new Limit Breaker quest, and yeah, let's quickly try and analyze the whole thing, right? Because what is it now? A year and a half since the last hard content actually gotten introduced, which was Ultra Inheritance Trials. We finally get a new one, right? And it's called Limit Breaker, and it seems actually very good, to be honest. Like, I'm hoping it will be as Caleb is stating. Right now, let's quickly look at the thing. So the new Limit Breaker quest will be added with version 15.0 update. Right, we're adding the new Limit Breaker quest, high difficulty one player quest, that challenges you to conquer as many as you can of an endless series of stages. Now, here's the best thing. Caleb is basically saying that it is basically endless. You're basically having stage after stage after stage with a time limit for each stage, right? And yeah, that is basically sick. Like, I'm actually looking forward to doing this, right? I'm not sure how they're doing it, right? So either it is every stage is endless, I mean, every stage has a time limit, or the entire thing has a time limit. So, say for instance, the entire quest has a time limit of 5 minutes, and you're basically having to challenge yourself and see how many stages you can clear within those 5 minutes. Well, if the character dies, it's over. Like, I don't know if that's how it works, but we will be getting more infos of that, right? So basically, it will cost no soul tickets to attempt the Limit Breaker quest. So you can play it as many times as you like. Put your strongest favorite characters in a team and see how many stages they can make it through, right? The Limit Breaker quest is unlocked at player rank 50, device with at least 2 GB of memory. All right, okay. Right, so make sure your device meets the requirements, right? Right, team and rules. So it basically says the Limit Breaker quest must be attempted with a team of 3 characters. Each character slot is bound by specific rules, so make sure to choose characters that match these rules. All right, okay. So it's already good that the quest does not use soul tickets, and it's not like a farming type of quest, if you know what I mean. That just becomes pointless after a while. You play for a badge, basically, right? So you can obtain a badge, as they said. Did I say it already there? I've read it on Discord. So you basically can obtain a badge which will show in your profile how many stages you cleared. For example, you cleared, I don't know how many you can clear in 5 minutes, but let's say you clear in 10 stages, and they will show you, there will be a badge displayed in your profile showing that you cleared 10 stages, right? I'm actually interested to see how they will go about with people like, for instance, a mod. Like, if someone's using a mod and is clearing this in, like, I don't know, within 5 minutes is doing 200 stages, then obviously something's probably gone wrong. But it all depends on how difficult it actually is, right? It could be very easy. I don't know yet. Right, so let's continue. So character change. The playable character will automatically change with every stage. It cannot be changed by the player. The cooldown times of strong attacks and remaining times on buff for characters not being used will be paused until they become the playable character once more. If any character is KO'd during the quest will end. Alright. Okay, stages and rewards. You can basically, all right, you can see the clearance time and so forth. All right, so you get orbs and you get transcendence points. Now I'm actually hoping, right? So it basically says the transcendence points that will not be, you will not get rewarded those transcendence every time. So you basically have to clear those orders in order to obtain orbs and transcendence points. Now there is 2 questions. Will these orders reset every duration? For instance, like in Arena, you have seasons and stuff. Or another thing is there some kind of season that every time resets the orders and rules and enemies? So we don't know yet how this is going to work. It's going to be coming at the end of the month sometime. So probably going to get more infos as it edges closer to that, right? So that is basically one. And here it says you can basically display how many stages you cleared on your status screen. Now, we have quest details regarding what waves are being faced, right? Now, inside the quest, all your free characters basically using the quest. When you first open a quest, you will use first character. Second room, you use a second character. Third room, you use the third character. Fourth room, you use the first character again. Fifth room, second character again, and so forth, right? It's basically all the time going on like that. And for now, what we can take from this and what we know from this is that the first character that is in your slot will face hollow enemies, which will be speed attribute, right? And the counter to speed is technique. So basically, if you're basically using the first character, try and probably use a tech character because you're going to with hollow killer preferably, since you're going to be facing hollow enemies with a speed attribute, right? So you get the maximum advantage. That would be the first thing. Then you will do times 2 damage if it has range attacks, will do times 2 damage if it has hollow killer, and so forth, right? That is the first thing. The second, the character slot will be facing Mind Soul Reaper enemies. So Heart has an attribute advantage, right? Times 2 damage and times 2 if it's ranged and so forth. The third character slot will face Technique Quincy of power attribute. No, wait, they will face, what does it say? It's Quincy's of which attribute? Does it say there? Right, okay, it says it right below. So the third character slot will face Quincy's of technique attribute, right? So power has an advantage over it. So if you're using, for example, TYW Yamamoto, he will have, or no, wait, he doesn't have Quincy Killer. Did he have Quincy Killer? No, he doesn't. Any character that has Quincy Killer who is melee will basically have a times 2 damage advantage and a times 2 damage advantage if he's also Quincy Killer on top, right? It is TYBW Yama. Yeah, it is actually. Me probably be clearing that very fast. So having TYBW Yama in the third slot will probably be able to nuke the entire room. If that's possible, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, that is basically how it is. We don't have any more infos yet, so I'm actually hyped for this quest. Like, it sounds so good. Loving the fact that they're saying it's limitless, right? So let me know what you think about this. I'm actually stoked for this, so yeah, let's get surprised. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care of yourselves and see you guys next time.